Hello, my name is Emily Rodriguez, and I'm going to go over all the three cities that I've researched about. We're going to start with Paris, which is the capital city of France, known as the City of Light. Paris doesn't just sparkle at night, it glows in your memory forever. And I feel like that's a quote I would love to apply after our trip. And same goes for the other two cities. I'm really excited for this trip, especially for Paris. So, just for some history, some like context before I explain anything else, Paris has many world famous landmarks that attract tourists from all over the world. But I wanted to like little touch on where the name Paris came from. So Paris is renowned for its influence on French culture, history, and overall presence in the world economy in many sectors, like in general. In France's early stages, it was like Celtic tribes called the Parsi, like Parsi or Parsi, that settled near the banks of the river Seine, approximately in like 259 BC, so that's a long time. Eventually, around 52 BC, the growing village was conquered by the Romans, the founding a Gallo-Roman towns called Lutetia, I think. I forgot to pronounce it. Eventually changing the city's name to Paris, named after the Parsi people, and became an influential town filled with theaters, temples, baths, amphitheaters, and the forums, which I'm going to assume because the Romans have influenced most of those things in the Roman empires, they started putting it with every single city that they conquered. The name was once called Parisius, so I'm going to assume that was in Latin, translated directly to Paris remained even at the end of the Roman Empire and still prevails today the same name. So Parisius turned into Paris, and we still call it Paris, and I feel like it's a really pretty name. So there's a tourism industry as well. For example, the tourism industry is not only big influence on Paris, but it's corporations in fashion. So there's a lot of with tourism industries, but there's also fashion industry, there's travel industry that they all kind of tie into each other. So it there's a lot of luxury brands that also originated in France, like Chanel, LVMH, Hermes, and Saint Laurent, well, Yves Saint Laurent, and those sometimes people go just to see these luxury brands and to do trade as well. But here are some of the obvious Paris tourism industries. For example, I'm really excited to see all of these. The Eiffel Tower is the most recognizable symbol of Paris and offers amazing city views. The Arc de Triomphe, which is right here, is an iconic monument located at the top of the Champs-Élysées. In the Notre Dame Cathedral is famous historic for its beautiful architecture. Visitors also enjoy seeing the Sacro Basilica on the top of the hill of Montmartre. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the multinational business presence. So I'm gonna try to stay short here to not overtalk too much. So there's the Airbus France, and the headquarters is in Paris. And like I said before, there's luxury brands like Dior, Chanel, LV were founded in Paris. So I feel like Paris is a strategic place where many companies and corporations have placed their headquarters. According to Paris Attitude, it's hosting the world's top 500 corporate headquarters, and the city contributes to 30.3 of France GDP. So it's really good for investors in the city. So for culture, I really wanted to talk about this specific neighborhood called Montmartre. Have artists just like the famous figures like Pablo Picasso, Renoir, and Vincent van Gogh. They all are from this like neighborhood. And if you go actually today to that neighborhood, which is an activity I've wanted to do, you go and there's a whole lot of artists that draw your portrait. I think it's like 60 euros. And there's cafes around there that's part of the Paris culture and bakeries because Parisians love their baguettes. They love getting a hot chocolate. And that's basically like their culture, like going out, the artists outside, you can get a portrait. It's really beautiful and I love that lifestyle. It feels a little busy sometimes, but it has peaceful moments where people go to the parks and they go to Montremer for like these art culture. I'm going to speak about Toulouse real quick. So this is the city that's like the south of France. Some history. Toulouse is one of the France's older cities. I think it's pretty much older than Paris with its origin states go back all to the 8th century. It started almost the same. The Celtic tribes and then the Romans arrived, and it was called Tolosa, like Toulouse. Like they're trying to play on words, they just translate it. And eventually conquered by the Romans in 100 OC, combining the local culture and Roman influences, and having that geographical location on the Garonne River. And they're also really close to the Mediterranean Sea. Business, so they have the Airbus is the home. Toulouse is the home to the Airbus. The CSNE has the largest national space center that provides many jobs and careers in the European workforce, and the Toulouse University Hospital that has a leading private clinic for cardiology. And then Barcelona, which is Spain. So, couple history about that is it's situated southwestern Europe and shares its border with France, Portugal, and much like the past two cities, Barcelona also was like a Roman colony called Barcino. Once again, they're trying to translate things. And it eventually became to Barcelona as we know today and has developed very nicely throughout time. There's some good history as well. I mean, business. The Port of Barcelona is a strategic place for trade and logistics hub. A lot of startups are happening in Barcelona. For example, if you see here to the right, there's a lot of like these technological ones, like Immersa with the X smart glasses. And yeah, this is my presentation, and I'm so excited to visit these three cities. Thank you.